Welcome back. In this video, we will talk on how to automate user creation process using WLST. A lot of time we get the requirement to create multiple users in WebLogic, and creating users manually using admin console can be time consuming process. We'll see how to ease this process in today's video. I recommend you to watch the entire WLST series. So far, we have covered multiple topics around automation and will continue the same based on your comments and suggestions. So, do let me know in the comment section. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to check out my channel for more interesting videos related to WebLogic administration and SOA development. So, let's start. As you know, to create a user, we'll have to go to Security Real, and under the User and Groups tab, you can create a user, and you'll have to add these details. For example, you want to create ABC user, you'll have to put some description and you'll have to mention the password here. And when you click on OK, it will be created. Once the user is created, you will have to assign the group. For that, you'll have to come to Group tab, and here you can assign a group to the user. So there are lots of manual efforts involved in order to create a user. So we'll try to see the script and we'll try to automate the process. So we'll start with the properties files, that is details.properties. And here you can see we have domain name mentioned. So my domain is fmw underscore domain. That's why I have mentioned it here. You can run this script for multiple domains as well, but for our case, we are only having one domain. Here we have mentioned the real name, and here you can mention admin URL, username, and password. But I have commented this because we don't have to pass username password. If you want to see how to do that, you can check my previous videos. So in the total domain, you can mention the number of domains you have, total username, the number of user you want to create. So in this case, we are creating two users. So this is the username number one, that is abc underscore xyz. And here we have username number two. And similarly, we have mentioned password for these users. If you see below, we have description for these users as well. So you can mention all these details in the properties file. Now here we have the name of groups. So first is monitors and second is operators. So I want to assign first user to monitors and the second user to operators. So for that we have another property, that is group name members. So you can mention username here. So first group will be assigned to this user and the second group will be assigned to this user. Let's say you are creating three users and you want two users to be part of this group. So you can mention that user here. And now these two users will be part of operators group. So for now, we are going to create only two users. Let's save this. Now let us check our Python script. Now it starts with the import statement for file input stream class, so that we can read details.properties. And here we are creating properties object and we are loading the properties file. Here we have a variable that is total domain to configure. So we are getting that value from our properties file. So total domain is equal to 1. Here we are initializing the value of our counter variable. So this is 1. This loop will start from 1. It will run till the value is smaller than or equal to total domain to configure. So this value we are getting it from the properties file. In domain name variable, we are assigning the value of domain name dot the counter value, that is domain.name.1 in the first iteration, and similarly it will increase based on the loop. So with this configuration, you can run this script for multiple domains. Here you can mention admin URL, username, password, but it is commented. Based on your use case, you can utilize these variables. Here we have our realm name, and here we are having the value of number of users which we want to create. So we are going to connect it. or you can connect it by passing username, password, and the URL. After the connection, we are going to connect our server config and we'll go to default authenticator path. So based on these domain name and realm name, we are going to go inside default authenticator, and there we are going to create the users. So from here, a user creation process will start. You can see a variable that is X. It is a iteration variable. So loop will start from 1. So in the username, we are going to get the username dot 1 in the first iteration, and similarly username dot 2 in the second iteration. And similarly, we are going to get the values of password and description here. And using current management object, we are going to create user. We'll pass username, password, and the description in this function. We'll get the message if user is created successfully, otherwise we'll get the exception if the user is already there. And here we are going to increase the value of our iteration variable. So one by one, the value will be increased and it will create users. And in the next loop, it is going to assign the groups to users. So you can see we have a function here that is add members to group. So we'll pass group name and username here, and the group will be assigned to this user. And similarly, we have exception handling here as well. And in the end, we will increase the value of our domain. So if we have multiple domains, this loop will continue again for the second iteration, and it will create users in the second domain. So let's try to run this script and see whether it is working and creating two users or not. To run this script, we will use Java weblogic.wlst and the name of script. So our user creation has been completed. You can see these two users are created and it is assigned to these groups. So let's verify in the console. So we are in the console. We will refresh this page and you can see we have two users now, and this description is also there for the user. You can open this user and see the group, and this group is assigned to the corresponding user, and similarly operators is assigned to this user. You can see, so our script is working as expected. So we have seen that using properties file we can configure our username, password, and rest of the details. But what if you have CSV file for hundreds of users and you don't want to add a username, password, and the description in this properties file? So for that, we'll have to modify our script. So here you can see we have a CSV file, and here we have 20 users. And for 20 users, we have 20 passwords as well. And you can see the description as well for all the users. And it is possible that you are going to get user details in the CSV format. It will be tedious to configure all these details in the properties file. So let us try to modify our script and try to read CSV files in that. So first we'll try to modify the domain.properties file. Now we don't need total username property, so we'll delete this one. We don't need usernames and passwords here, so we'll delete those as well because we are going to read it from the CSV. We'll delete descriptions as well, so let's delete it. And here we need group name, so we'll modify group name based on the requirement. So this time we are using deployers group here, and we'll modify group name members also. So let's delete this one, and we'll add member values here. So you can see half of the users will assign it to monitors, and the rest of it we will assign it to deployers. So let us save this file. And now let us see what changes we made in our script. So this is the script, and we are using more classes here. So we have imported those packages, and similarly we are reading our details.properties file. You can see we have added three arrays. one for username, one for password, and the last one is for the descriptions. And we are reading our CSV file here, so you'll have to change the CSV location based on your configuration. And you can see we have a loop. So in this loop, we are going to read the CSV file, and we'll add the CSV values one by one to arrays, that is usernames, passwords, and description, which is initialized here. And once all the values from the CSV is assigned to these arrays, we are going to close this file. And this part is similar to what we had in the previous script. And here we are going to iterate username array, and we are going to create our users one by one. And in last, we have the same logic for adding our groups, where we are using add members to group. So this is the only place where we have changed the logic. Instead of getting the values from properties file, we are going to get the values from CSV file. So let us save this and try to run this script. So this time we are going to run this script, and it should create 20 users in our domain. So let's see. So you can see the execution of a script is completed, and it gave error for abc underscore xyz because it was created as part of previous execution, and the rest of the users are created here, and assignment for those users to specific groups are done here. So let us refresh our admin console and see. So we'll go to users and groups, and you can see all these users are available here. So if you go to one user and see the group, you can see monitor is here. Let us verify the other user, and you can see deployers group is assigned to this user. So let us delete these users from here. So we have deleted all those users from our domain. Now we will further simplify this script by mentioning the group name in the CSV file itself. So you can see here we have a CSV file where we are mentioning the group name as well. So let us try to see what changes we'll have to make in the script. So now we'll go to our properties file again, and this time we can delete these properties as well. So let's delete this. So you can see our properties file is very simple now. We just have to mention the domain name, real name, and total number of domain. Let's save this one. And now let us have a look to our script. So this is the script. So we don't have any changes till here. And here also we have added the value to assign the value of third column, that is the group. You can see here we are appending the array with the variables value, so that we can get all those values in the array, and we can iterate those and assign those values to the group. So here again we have a loop that is similar to what we had in the previous scripts, and here we are iterating all the usernames, and one by one we are going to assign all the values from the array to these variables, and we are going to create a user where we are going to pass username, password, and description. You can see if the user is created, we are going to get the message that user created with the name of username. Otherwise we'll get the exception that the user is already there. Once this is done, we have another try block here where we are going to add member to the group, and you can see we are adding group name here as a argument, and we are passing username as well. So we have simplified our script, and we are just going to read all the values from CSV file and create users based on the information. So let us save this and run this script again. And you can see all the users are created successfully. So let us verify again in the admin console. So let us verify again in the admin console. So let's refresh this page and you can see all our users are here. And when you check the group, you will be able to see the group assigned to it. So that's it for this video. We have checked multiple scripts to create users. I will upload all the scripts to Git and mention the link in the description. If you found this video helpful, please like my video, subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for the further notification. And don't forget to see all the other videos as part of WLST series. Thank you.